If you grew up watching a black-caped hero carve a sharp Z in the air, you remember the 1957 Zorro series. This Disney production marked generations with action, humor, and unforgettable characters. From the mysterious Don Diego to the bumbling Sergeant Garcia, not to mention the villains and heroines who lit up the screen. But time has passed, and today's big question is, where are the actors who were part of this adventure now? Did they stay in Hollywood? Leave it all behind? Are they even still alive? In this video, we're diving into the before and after of the main cast of Zorro. So grab your popcorn, slash that like button, and join us on this journey back in time. Guy Williams was born in 1924 in New York City. Before becoming TV's masked heartthrob, his real name was Armando Joseph Catalano. With that classy name, he launched his career as a model, posing for magazines and ads thanks to his tall, striking looks and that charming mustache. In Disney's Zorro series, Guy brought to life the noble Don Diego de la Vega, who pretended to be a lazy aristocrat, but was secretly the daring Zorro, a masked vigilante who fought with elegance and style against the tyrants of Spanish California. With his sharp sword and the iconic Z slashed through the air, Guy became a global icon and won over legions of fans. After the show, he kept shining. He played Professor John Robinson in Lost in Space, another TV classic from the 1960s. But his love for Argentina took center stage. He became so popular there that he moved to Buenos Aires, where he spent his final years and was treated almost like a national hero. Sadly, Guy Williams passed away in 1989 at the age of 65 due to a brain aneurysm. Henry Calvin was born in 1918 in Texas. Before becoming the face and belly of comedy in the Zorro series, Henry was a talented opera singer and stage actor. He had a powerful voice, which he used not only for singing, but also for delivering those hilarious outbursts as the bumbling Sergeant Garcia. In the series, he played Sergeant Demetrio Lopez Garcia, head of the Los Angeles garrison and Zorro's eternal rival, or rather, his frequent victim. Always chasing rewards, napping at the worst times, and constantly outwitted by Zorro, Garcia brought laughs in almost every episode. But thanks to his big heart and undeniable charm, he became one of the most beloved characters on the show. After Zorro, Henry Calvin continued working with Disney, often appearing alongside Gene Sheldon, his comedy partner, in films like Babes in Toyland. He also took part in other TV productions, but his legacy remains tied to the lovable, food-loving Sergeant. Henry Calvin passed away in 1975 at the age of 57 due to cancer. Gene Sheldon was born in 1908 in Ohio. Gene Sheldon was already a true showman before charming audiences without saying a single word. A multi-instrumentalist, mime, and stage actor, he was the kind of performer who could make you laugh with just a glance or an exaggerated gesture. In the Zorro series, Gene played the unforgettable Bernardo, Don Diego's loyal servant. Although his character was mute and pretended to be deaf as a cover, he communicated through hilarious facial expressions and wildly expressive gestures. Bernardo was Zorro's eyes and ears, helping with every clever plan and escaping tight spots with an almost magical touch. After the series, Gene continued working with Disney, appearing in films like Toby Tyler and Babes in Toyland, often alongside Henry Calvin, Sergeant Garcia. In the 1960s, as his collaboration with Disney ended, Gene gradually stepped away from show business and lived a more private life. Gene Sheldon passed away in 1982 at the age of 74 in Los Angeles. Jolene Brand was born in 1934 in California. Before winning over Zorro fans, Jolene was already an up-and-coming beauty pageant star. She began her TV career with small roles in westerns and comedies, which was very common for actresses just starting out. In the Zorro series, she appeared as Ana Maria Verdugo, a noble and intelligent young woman who caught the eye of Don Diego and, of course, Zorro himself. Although she wasn't a regular character, she played a prominent role in several episodes of the second season. Her presence added a romantic flair, always paired with strong opinions and personality, setting her apart from the typical damsel in distress. After Zorro, Jolene married George Schlatter, a producer and director who would later create the iconic comedy show Laugh-In. She gradually stepped away from acting and became more involved behind the scenes in Hollywood. She's still alive today, one of the last living stars of Disney's golden age of television. Brit Lund was born in 1925 in Chicago. Before crossing swords with Zorro, Lund was a true man of action. A World War II veteran, he studied art and athletics at New York University, where he excelled as a fencer, a skill that would serve him well in his acting career. In Zorro, Brit portrayed the unforgettable Captain Enrique Sanchez Monasterio, the first and most iconic villain of the series. Arrogant, corrupt, and cunning, Monasterio was the military commander of Los Angeles and made life miserable for the townspeople, until Zorro arrived to challenge his tyranny. After Zorro, Brit appeared in other TV shows like Rawhide and Bat Masterson. He also authored the book Chasing After Zorro, a rare behind-the-scenes account of the show's production. Brit Lund passed away in 2006 at the age of 80 from kidney failure. Don Diamond was born in 1921 in New York. Before joining the Los Angeles Patrol, Don had already mastered various accents. Fluent in Spanish, he used that skill to land roles as Latino, Native American, and military characters on radio and TV. He was one of those familiar faces you'd spot in countless westerns. In Zorro, Don played Corporal Ignacio Reyes, the right-hand man, and sometimes clumsy sidekick, to Sergeant Garcia. Together, they formed a hilarious duo constantly trying, and failing spectacularly, to catch Zorro. Reyes was a mix of goofy and sly, always trying to please the sergeant or sneak away when things got rough. After Zorro, Don starred as Crazy Cat in the comedy F Troop, where he played a bumbling Native American character. He also did voice work and continued appearing in supporting roles on various shows, always adding a fun and quirky spark. Don Diamond passed away in 2011 at the age of 90 of heart failure. George J. Lewis was born in 1903 in Mexico. Before becoming the respected Don Alejandro, George had already built a long career in Hollywood. He began in silent films during the 1920s and appeared in dozens of action and Western movies, often playing villains, policemen, or Latino outlaws. In the Zorro series, George portrayed Don Alejandro de la Vega, the proud, serious, and noble father of Don Diego. Unaware that his son was secretly Zorro, a very well-kept secret, he often worried about Diego's passive nature, thinking the young man needed to toughen up. Still, Don Alejandro was a firm defender of justice, fighting local corruption and always standing with the people. After Zorro, George retired from acting and lived a quieter life, away from the spotlight. George J. Lewis passed away in 1995, just 2 days shy of his 92nd birthday, due to a stroke. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more amazing content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue creating fantastic videos like this one. Thanks again, and see you next time.